Attic Greek. Attic Greek is the Greek dialect of the ancient region of Attica, including the polis of Athens. Often called Classical Greek, it was the prestige dialect of the Greek world for centuries and remains the standard form of the language that is taught to students of ancient Greek. As the basis of the Hellenistic Koine, it is the most similar of the ancient dialects to later Greek. Attic is traditionally classified as a member or sister dialect of the Ionic branch. Origin and range. Greek is the primary member of the Hellenic branch of the Indo-European language family. In ancient times, Greek had already come to exist in several dialects, one of which was Attic. The earliest attestations of Greek, dating from the 16th to 11th centuries BC, are written in Linear B, an archaic writing system used by the Mycenaean Greeks in writing their language. The distinction between Eastern and Western Greek is believed to have arisen by Mycenaean times or before. Mycenaean Greek represents an early form of Eastern Greek, the group to which Attic also belongs. Later Greek literature wrote about three main dialects, Aeolic, Doric, and Ionic. Attic was part of the Ionic dialect group. Old Attic is used in reference to the dialect of Thucydides 460–400 BC and the dramatists of 5th century Athens, whereas New Attic is used for the language of later writers following conventionally the Ruling from Alexandria, Ptolemy launched the Alexandrian period, during which the city of Alexandria and its expatriate Greek medium scholars flourished. The original range of the spoken Attic dialect included Attica and a number of the Aegean islands. The closely related Ionic was also spoken along the western and northwestern coasts of Asia Minor in modern Turkey, in Chalcidice, Thrace, Euboea, and in some colonies of Magna Graecia. Eventually, the texts of literary Attic were widely studied far beyond their homeland, first in the classical civilizations of the Mediterranean, including in ancient Rome and the larger Hellenistic world, and later in the Muslim world, Europe, and other parts of the world touched by those civilizations. Literature. The earliest Greek literature, which is attributed to Homer and is dated to the 8th or 7th centuries BC, is written in Old Ionic rather than Attic. Athens and its dialect remained relatively obscure until the establishment of its democracy following the reforms of Solon in the 6th century BC. So began the classical period, one of great Athenian influence both in Greece and throughout the Mediterranean. The first extensive works of literature in Attic are the plays of dramatists Aeschylus, Sophocles, Euripides, and Aristophanes dating from the 5th century BC. The military exploits of the Athenians led to some universally read and admired history, as found in the works of Thucydides and Xenophon. Slightly less known because they are more technical and legal are the orations by Antiphon, Demosthenes, Lysias, Isocrates, and many others. The Attic Greek of philosophers Plato 427–347 BC and his student Aristotle 384–322 BC dates to the period of transition between. Students who learn ancient Greek usually begin with the Attic dialect and continue, depending upon their interests, to the later Koine of the New Testament and other early Christian writings, to the earlier Homeric Greek of Homer and Hesiod, or to the contemporaneous Ionic Greek of Herodotus and Hippocrates. Alphabet. Attic Greek, like other dialects, was originally written in a local variant of the Greek alphabet. According to the classification of archaic Greek alphabets, which was introduced by Adolf Kirchhoff, the Old Attic system belongs to the Eastern or Blue type, as it uses the letters PS and KH with their classical values /PS/ and /KH/, unlike Western or Red alphabets, which used KH for /KS/ and expressed. In other respects, Old Attic shares many features with the neighboring Euboean alphabet, which is Western in Kirchhoff's classification. Like the latter, it used an L-shaped variant of lambda and an S-shaped variant of sigma. It lacked the consonant symbols Roman 11 ks for /ks/ and psi-ps for /ps/, expressing these sound combinations with khs and phs respectively. Moreover, Like most other mainland Greek dialects, Attic did not yet use omega o and eta e for the long vowels /o, /and /e/. Instead, it expressed the vowel phonemes /o, with the letter o which corresponds with classical o, o and /e with the letter e which corresponds with ei, and e in later classical orthography. Moreover, the letter e was used as heta, with the consonantal value of /h/ rather than the vocalic value of /e/. In the 5th century, Athenian writing gradually switched from this local system to the more widely used Ionic alphabet, native to the eastern Aegean islands and Asia Minor. By the late 5th century, the concurrent use of elements of the Ionic system with the traditional local alphabet had become common in private writing, and in 403 BC it was decreed that public writing would switch to the new Ionic orthography as part of the reform following the 30 Tyrants. This new system, also called the Euclidean alphabet, after the name of the archon Euclides, who oversaw the decision, was to become the classical Greek alphabet. The classical works of Attic literature were subsequently handed down to posterity in the new Ionic spelling, and it is the classical orthography in which they are read today. Phonology. Vowels. Long A, Proto-Greek long, Attic long E but A after E, AR. Tilde Ionic E in all positions. Tilde Doric and Aeolic in all positions. Proto-Greek and Doric matter Attic meter mother. Attic core tilde Ionic chore place. Country, however, Proto-Greek Attic E after W de gamma, deleted by the classical period. Proto-Greek Korwa early Attic Ionic asterisk Korwi Attic core Ionic kura. Short A. Proto-Greek Attic E. Tilde Doric remains. Doric Artemis tilde Attic Artemis. Sonorant clusters. Compensatory lengthening of vowel before cluster of sonorant R, L, N, M, W, sometimes Y and S after deletion of S. Tilde some Aeolic, compensatory lengthening of sonorant. PIE VSR or VR Attic Ionic Doric Boeotian VVR. VSR or VR Lesbian Thessalian VRR. Proto-Indo-European asterisk ease my athematic verb Attic Ionic emi equals imi tilde Lesbian Thessalian imi I am. Upsilon. Proto-Greek and other dialects /u/English food became Attic /y/ pronounced as German U, French U, and represented by Y in Latin transliteration of Greek names. Boeotian Kurios tilde Attic Kyrios Lord in the diphthongs EU and O. Upsilon continued to be pronounced /u/. Contraction. Attic contracts more than Ionic does. A plus E long A. Nika conquer thou, E plus E written I, spurious diphthong. PIE asterisk tre E's Proto-Greek trees Attic tres equals tres 3 plus O written spurious diphthong. Early asterisk genes os Ionic genios Attic genus of a kind genitive singular, Latin generis, with R from rhoticism. Vowel shortening. Attic E from E grade of ablaut, or Proto-Greek is sometimes shortened to E, when it is followed by a short vowel, with lengthening of the short vowel quantitative metathesis, ia. When it is followed by a long vowel, ia. When it is followed by U and S, use Osthoff's law, Basilios of a king genitive singular, Basilian genitive plural, Basiliusi dative plural. Hypheresis. Attic deletes one of two vowels in a row, called hypheresis apersis. Homeric botho os Attic bothos running to a cry, helper in battle. Consonants, synods, palatalization. PIE asterisk chi, or asterisk chi Proto-Greek ts palatalization Attic, and Euboean Ionic tt Cycladian / Anatolian Ionic and Koinesis. Proto-Greek asterisk glocki Attic glotta East Ionic glossatongue sometimes, Proto-Greek * Thai and * TW Attic and Euboean Ionic TT Cycladian / Anatolian Ionic and Koine SS. PIE * Quetwars Attic Teters East Ionic Tessers 4 Latin Quetuor Proto-Greek and Doric T before I or Y Attic Ionic S palatalization. Doric Thai the NTI Attic Tithesi equals Tithesi he places compensatory lengthening of E equals spurious diphthong I. Shortening of SS. Doric, Aeolian, Early Attic Ionic SS Classical Attic S. PIE * Medios Homeric Mesos palatalization Attic Mesos middle Homeric Etalessa Attic Etalessa I performed a ceremony. Proto-Greek * Podsi Homeric Posi Attic Posi by foot Proto-Greek * Hapatios dialectal apasos Attic aposos Loss of W. Proto-Greek W de gamma was lost in Attic before historical times. Proto-Greek korwa Attic kor girl. Retention of H. Attic retained Proto-Greek H from debocalization of Proto-Indo-European initial S or Y, but some other dialects lost its solosis stripping, deaspiration. Proto-Indo-European * C sta mes Attic histamen Cretan istamen we stand. Movable N. Attic Ionic places an immovable new at the end of some words that would ordinarily end in a vowel, if the next word starts with a vowel, to prevent hiatus two vowels in a row. The movable new can also be used to turn what would be a short syllable into a long syllable for use in meter. Passin elegans they spoke to everyone vs. Passi legauses. Passin dative plural of all. Legausen they speak. Third person plural. Present indicative active. Elogen. He was speaking. Third person singular. Imperfect indicative active. Tithasin. He places makes third person singular. Present indicative active. Athematic verb. R instead of rs. Attic and Euboean Ionic use are in words, when Cycladian and Anatolian Ionic use rs. Attic Keranesos East Ionic Chersonesos Peninsula. Attic Aren East Ionic Arson male. Attic Tharos East Ionic Tharsos courage. Attic replaces the Ionic SS with TT, with TT. Attic and Euboean Ionic use TT, while Cycladian and Anatolian Ionic use SS. Attic Glotta East Ionic glossa tongue. Attic Pretine East Ionic pressine to do, to act. Attic Thalata East Ionic thalassisi. Morphology. Attic tends to replace the turdure suffix with tes, decasts for decaster judge. The Attic adjectival ending ios and corresponding noun ending, both having two syllables with the diphthong I, stand in place of ios, with three syllables, in other dialects, Politia, Cretan Politia, Constitution, both from Politewia whose W is dropped. Grammar. Attic Greek grammar follows ancient Greek grammar to a large extent. References to Attic grammar are usually in reference to peculiarities and exceptions from ancient Greek grammar. This section mentions only some of these Attic peculiarities. Number. In addition to singular and plural numbers, Attic Greek had the dual number. This was used to refer to two of something and was present as an inflection in nouns, adjectives, pronouns, and verbs, any categories inflected for number. Attic Greek was the last dialect to retain it from older forms of Greek, and the dual number had died out by the end of the 5th century BC. In addition to this, in Attic Greek, any plural neuter subjects will only ever take singular conjugation verbs. Declension. With regard to declension, the stem is the part of the declined word to which case endings are suffixed. In the alpha or first declension feminines, the stem ends in long a, which is parallel to the Latin first declension. In Attic Ionic, the stem vowel has changed to e in the singular, except in Attic only after e, I, or r. For example, the respective nominative, genitive, dative, and accusative singular forms arms arworms are, arworms, 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 are. E gnome tes gnomes t gnome ten nomen gnome. Gnomes no mine nomen. Opinion but e the tes these t the ten theme the these the theme. Goddess. The plural is the same in both cases, namai and the, but other sound changes were more important in its formation. For example, original as in the nominative plural was replaced by the diphthong ai, which did not change from a to e. In the few stem masculines, the genitive singular follows the second declension, stratiutes, stratiatu, stratiotai, etc. In the omicron or second declension, mainly masculines, but with some feminines, the stem ends in o or e, which is composed in turn of a root plus the thematic vowel, and o or e in Indo-European ablaut series parallel to similar formations of the verb. It is the equivalent of the Latin second declension. The alternation of Greek os and Latin us in the nominative singular is familiar to readers of Greek and Latin. In Attic Greek, an original genitive singular ending *ozio after losing the s like in the other dialects lengthens the stem o to the spurious diphthong u see above under phonology. Vowels, logos the word logu from *logocio of the word. The dative plural of Attic Ionic had oisi, which appears in early Attic but later simplifies to ois, anthropoitou for the men. Classical Attic. Classical Attic may refer either to the varieties of Attic Greek spoken and written in Greek majuscule in the 5th and 4th centuries BC Classical era Attic, or to the Hellenistic and Roman era standardized Attic Greek, mainly on the language of Attic orators and written in Greek uncial. Attic replaces the Ionic ss with tt, with tt, Attic glotta Ionic glossa tongue, Attic pratine Ionic prasine to do, to act, to make, Attic thaletta Ionic thalassisi. Varieties. The vernacular and poetic dialect of Aristophanes. The dialect of Thucydides mixed Old Attic with neologisms. The dialect and the orthography of Old Attic inscriptions and Attic alphabet before 403 BC. The Thucydidean orthography is similar. The conventionalized and poetic dialect of the Attic tragic poets, mixed with Epic and Ionic Greek and used in the episodes. In the choral odes, conventional Doric is used. Formal Attic of Attic orators, Plato, Xenophon, and Aristotle, imitated by the Atticists or Neo-Attic writers, and considered to be good or standard Attic.